it started to make a dive. And typically, when sperm whales dive, they'll evacuate their bowels somewhat, and they'll just continue on a dive. But in this case, it looked like it was going to make a dive, but stopped. And so we were confused for a second as it was holding still vertically. And then it started to evacuate its bowels and didn't stop for several minutes. And then that's when this poonado started to occur, where the whale was actually bobbing up and down in the water, wafting the cloud with its tail, and seemingly intentionally trying to make the cloud larger and larger as it was hiding itself.
So you think this was a deliberate act by the whale who didn't really like having his photo taken?
Well, that's what's being speculated, that this was a defense mechanism similar to what an octopus does with its ink. So after this cloud was made, which was about a 30 or 40 meters in diameter, the whale was actually hidden completely inside of the poop ball. And after about a minute, the whale burst out of the cloud and just shot down into the depths.
To make matters worse, not that I can imagine there's an upside to being caught in this situation. You just had goggles and a snorkel on, didn't you? You had no other protection.
Yeah, well, actually, myself, I didn't even have a snorkel, so I just had my bare mouth. So anytime I'd take my head out of the water and breathe, there would inevitably be some amount of water that would sort of, drip down into my mouth. And I actually did take my mask off for a second because I was curious about whether or not it smelled on the surface, and sure enough, it did. It was very pungent. And the fecal matter actually got, all into our wetsuits and bathing suits. We were essentially completely soaked in the feces.